Have you ever wondered about the strange laws that govern our lives? Laws that seem to defy logic or tickle our funny bones with their mandates? Join me as we explore the peculiar world of West Virginia's legal landscape, where bizarre statutes and odd regulations add a touch of humor and intrigue to everyday life. Buckle up and let's get started. West Virginia, a state famed for its breathtaking mountains and, shall we say, unique legal code, boasts a particularly perplexing law in Nicholas County. Here, clergy are forbidden from telling jokes or humorous stories from the pulpit. Imagine a preacher delivering a fire and brimstone sermon only to be hauled off by the piety police for a well-timed quip about Noah's Ark overflowing with seasickness medicine. The origins of this law are as shrouded in mystery as the punchline to a priest's joke, supposedly very short. Perhaps the aim was to maintain the solemnity of a church service, ensuring sermons resembled dirges rather than stand-up routines, and maybe it was about preserving a specific style of worship, one where reverence reigned supreme and laughter was relegated to the dusty hymnals. One has to wonder, though, is humor truly the antithesis of faith? The Bible itself isn't exactly devoid of witty proverbs and even some satirical barbs. Laughter, after all, can be a powerful tool. It fosters connection, eases tension, and even makes complex ideas more digestible. Studies have shown laughter to be a stress buster, a memory booster, and even a bridge builder, fostering empathy and compassion. In the realm of religion, a well-placed joke can lighten the mood, making complex theological concepts more relatable. A touch of humor can disarm skepticism and open doors for deeper conversations. Think of it as the sugar that helps religious medicine go down a bit smoother. So the next time you find yourself in Nicholas County, West Virginia, remember the sermons might be a bit more serious, but that doesn't mean there's no room for a little heavenly humor. After all, even the divine can appreciate a good chuckle, especially if it doesn't involve any divine intervention to get the punchline. The next law in West Virginia, it's illegal to snooze on a train in here. Imagine the scene. You're lulled by the rhythmic clickety-clack of the train tracks, the West Virginian countryside blurring past your window. Your eyelids grow heavy, and before you know it, you're drifting off to a peaceful slumber. Suddenly, a stern conductor taps your shoulder, brandishing a copy of the West Virginia Legal Code and a look that could curdle milk.
"Sir, madam," they boom, "catching some zizzes? That'll be a hefty fine, thank you very much."
The origins of this law, much like the dreams it seeks to prevent, are shrouded in a bit of mystery. Perhaps it was a safety measure, enacted in a time when steam locomotives were less forgiving of sleepy passengers. Maybe it was a bid to boost ticket sales for sleeper cars, ensuring weary travelers coughed up extra for the privilege of a nap. Whatever the reason, the law raises some interesting questions. Does catching 40 winks on a long journey truly pose a safety hazard? And wouldn't a well-rested traveler be less likely to cause a ruckus on the train, thus enhancing overall safety? Thankfully, enforcing this law seems about as likely as encountering a fire-breathing dragon on a scenic train ride through the Appalachians. However, it serves as a reminder of the sometimes quirky and often humorous ways laws evolve over time.
We get it.
So the next time you find yourself on a train journey through the beautiful state of West Virginia, feel free to relax and enjoy the scenery. Just remember, if drowsiness overtakes you, try to channel your inner insomniac. After all, a good book or a chat with a fellow traveler might be a safer bet than tempting fate with a forbidden nap. Who knows, you might even discover a hidden gem of conversation or a story far more captivating than any dream the rhythmic clatter of the train could conjure. In West Virginia, there's a law on the books that says letting loose a good old-fashioned swear word in public will cost you a cool $1. Imagine the scene. You stub your toe on a road curb and out pops a word that would make a trucker raise an eyebrow. Suddenly, a kindly old lady taps you on the shoulder, shakes a dollar bill in your face, and says,
Bless your heart, honey. That'll be $1 for the swear jar.
Now, this law dates back to a time when folks were a bit more, shall we say, delicate with their words. Back then, a well-placed dang might have been considered scandalous. But in today's world, where reality shows bleep out more words than a toddler on a sugar rush, you gotta wonder, is a single dollar enough to deter a truly passionate outburst? Think about it. You're lost in the woods, haven't seen a decent gas station in hours, and your phone's about as useful as a chocolate teapot. A colorful word or two might be a perfectly natural and frankly therapeutic way to vent your frustration. Plus, $1 these days barely buys you a gumball, let alone a decent apology for unleashing your inner sailor. Here's the thing, folks. This law isn't exactly enforced with the zeal of a gold rush. It's more like a quaint reminder of a bygone era, a time when manners mattered more than memes, but it does raise some interesting questions. Is swearing inherently bad? Well, not necessarily. Sometimes a good swear word can be a powerful way to express yourself, to release tension, or even to bond with others. Just ask any group of friends watching a particularly frustrating sports game. But of course, there's a time and a place for everything. Another law in West Virginia might leave you scratching your head and wondering, what were they thinking?
What were you thinking?
This law concerns a most unexpected culprit, the humble refrigerator, or its equally airtight appliance cousins, exceeding 2 feet in height. Now, most folks wouldn't bat an eyelid at an old fridge, but in West Virginia, abandoning one without following a specific protocol can land you in hot water, or more accurately, a chilly jail cell. Here's the deal. According to this law, if you decide your trusty fridge has kicked the bucket and needs to be retired, you can't just shove it out back and forget about it. Nope, you've got to take those pesky doors off. Imagine the scene. You're lugging your fridge to the curb, sweat dripping down your brow, only to be accosted by the fridge police. Yes, we're making those up, but you get the idea. Who sternly inform you,
Sir, madam, that fridge is a danger to society. Doors must be removed by order of the fridge fairy.
so why the door obsession? There are a couple of theories. Perhaps it's a safety measure aimed at preventing curious critters, or maybe even adventurous kids, from getting trapped inside an abandoned fridge. Maybe it's an environmental concern, ensuring the fridge doesn't become a breeding ground for unwelcome guests or a mini landfill for forgotten leftovers. Whatever the reason, the law is clear. No abandoned fridge over 2 feet tall is complete without a good door-ectomy. Now, the chances of actually getting arrested for a fridge-related door infraction are about as likely as encountering a fire-breathing dragon guarding your local landfill. But this law does serve as a reminder of the sometimes quirky and often well-intentioned ways laws are enacted. There you have it, folks. A glimpse into the wonderfully weird legal landscape of West Virginia. Remember, these laws might be a bit strange, but they offer a fascinating peek into the history and values of the mountain state. Until then, let these legal oddities serve as a reminder. Sometimes the law can be just as quirky and colorful as life itself. What do you think about this topic? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Until next time, remember where you are and remember the law.